Okay, this is a good one because this is something, y'all, I think families can really take. And I just shared this with one of my clients days ago about not cleaning up. And she has several children and a spouse, and they were, wanting to figure out how to keep the confusion down about the house not being clean, right? Y'all, do you realize that you can run your home like an organization when it comes to cleaning? So here's what that looks like. One, you gotta have some buy-in, okay? You bring the whole family together. If it's 5 of y'all in the house, bring everybody to the table and cast some vision. Here's what that looks like. Okay, y'all, so we all have our lives. You're going to school, you're going to work. Y'all all have different things that you're doing together as a family and working on, right? So in order for us to make all of our lives easier, we need the whole teamwork makes the dream work thing to come alive in this house, right? So you put together a game plan. You list all the things that needs to happen in the house. I like the idea of matching people with some of their skill sets and their gifts. If one of you are way more organized than the other and you enjoy doing some of the organizing, then assign that person to that thing. Hey, Marianne, assign that person to that thing. Now, they can't do everything, so you do still have to help or whatever, but list all the duties of the household. Put it on a big whiteboard, okay? Let everybody choose what they want to be responsible for. Children do well when you have incentives, okay? When you have incentives. Y'all, we've kind of shifted here into a little bit of some cleaning stuff, but this is good because this helps the relationship. Children like incentives. So you can say at the end of the week, here's what happens each week when we hit all the goals on this cleaning system in our home. Here's why it's so good to have something like this in place, because when you do this as well, let's say you put together the kitchen, the living room, the bedrooms, whatever. Of course, everybody should be responsible for their own bedroom, okay? So that's a given. But then like the kitchen, the common areas, then we may need to assign those. We may need to assign those. I like for people to choose which one they want to be responsible for. So let's say they choose the room that they're going to be responsible for. When you come home that day, if that room's not done, you can literally come to them and say, hey, so is everything okay? I looked on the board and it looks like you are assigned to this room. It's not done yet. Give them a chance to explain themselves. Here's the thing about having the incentives in place. Let's just say, and I'm going to throw a random number out there, you have $25 that you're going to give this kid for doing well. And the grown-ups can have incentives too. Y'all figure those out, whatever those are. But for the kids, they like money. So if you have $25 that they'll get if all the chores are done each week or whatever, you may give them that once a month, however you do it. But when they don't do it, they can be docked, okay? They can get a mark and that $25 starts shrinking. So every time you come home and their thing is not done, that way it's not personal. They agree to the rules. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. It makes it fun, and you got all hands on deck. So you can run it like an organization. And so when they know they're going to lose $1.50 or $2 because something wasn't done, all of a sudden stuff starts getting done. And then the more of you who are doing these things, the easier it is, the better it is, the more fun it is for the house to be ran like an organization. If it's just two of you, then do good practice of just cleaning up behind yourselves. Or decide who's going to be responsible for what. Y'all, that part is a fun one to talk about because we don't think about it like that. We don't think about how this doesn't have to be dreadful. Like, kids don't have to hate cleaning up. You really can turn that thing, put some fire around it in a good way and get kids excited about the vision of the house. And they feel better when they see that, man, it feels good to come home to a clean room or a clean house. You know, they start to appreciate it. But we got to teach them how to do that, y'all. So don't grow the kids up and you've done all the cleaning forever and then they turn 16 and now you want to figure out why they don't clean. Well, you never taught them because you just did it all. Empower your children when they are young.